Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Roughie's Football Show, sponsored by Arnold Clark. It's Friday, it's Scottish Cup weekend. In the studio with me, Alan Rough and Barry Ferguson are here with me, and there's lots to get our teeth into. Will there be a shock? Scottish Cup weekend, will there be a shock? That's the question we'll pose to the two guys here. Of course, I can only look back with lots of fun and laughter, Roughie, at what was happening in the Scottish Cup 4 years ago, because the Hibbies just won't let me forget it. They just keep going back over my tweet when I thought Hearts were going to knock them out, but suddenly they came back, got a replay, and the rest, as they say, is history. 3-2 at Hampden against Rangers. It can happen.
Yes, it certainly can. But as far as you're concerned, it was a lesson learned not to do it again.
Oh no, I've done it again since then, Roughie. That's the
but
joy of
it.
No, absolutely not. No, you've got to listen. You call some games. I mean, I can remember actually sitting in a pub in Glasgow, looking at AC Milan scoring their third goal through Hernan Crespo and thinking, Liverpool, I cannot believe this. This could be 5 or 6.
Yep, and look what happened. What a comeback it was. Look, you speak your mind at a time, and then if it doesn't go right for you, you get a bit of abuse on Twitter. The reason why I'm not on social media.
Yes, absolutely. A wise man. And of course, it's a strange weekend, because I noticed a tweet today, Roughie, from Inverness, who said the ticket office is now open. The unexploded bomb has been dealt with. I mean, you couldn't make it up. There was obviously an old World War II bomb in the river across from the Tulloch Stadium. I think the authorities have taken care of it, and suddenly you're all right to get in and buy your tickets for the game.
The tickets are important. That's the revenue for the club. So I wonder who they sent out to defuse the bomb. Yeah,
it certainly wasn't Robbo, let me tell you. Anyway, there's lots of cup ties to look forward to as our reporter Gabriel Antoniazzi whets your appetite for these ones.
This weekend, the 16 remaining teams in the Scottish Cup will battle it out for a place in the quarter-finals. The draw's thrown up plenty of interesting ties, including 3 all-Premiership matchups and a Lowland League side still punching above their weight. It all kicks off early on Saturday as Steven Gerrard's men travel to Hamilton as he continues to look for his maiden trophy as a manager. Aberdeen host Kilmarnock at Pittodrie. Darren McManus has emphasised how important a cup run is to his side's season. Hearts, St Johnstone and Livingston all face trips to lower league opposition on Saturday, while St Mirren meet Motherwell will be looking for a deep cup run to consolidate their impressive campaign. Then on Sunday, BSC Glasgow hosted Birmingham in a club-changing tie, which will be played at Alloa's Indodrill Stadium. And finally, the defending champions Celtic face a tricky trip to Broadmoor and Clyde, aiming to win their 33rd cup game in a row. The home side will be looking to 2006 and Roy Keane's infamous Celtic debut for inspiration when they were 2-1 victors. That game alone is one example that anything can happen on Cup weekend.
Yeah, strange things can happen on a Scottish Cup weekend. The Giants can be killed from time to time. Give us your view on who you think is going to come a cropper on the Saturday or the Sunday. Of course, Scottish Cup holds dear memories for yourself. Rangers, for players out there who haven't sampled it, Steve Davis and Alan McGregor obviously know what it's like in big games. But what message would you give to Rangers players, with the lure of Hampden, the showpiece, winning silverware, the Scottish Cup?
Yeah, obviously it's a competition that I've got fond memories. I was lucky enough to win it 5 times. And that's what you want to do as a player, Peter. You want to get to Hampden. It's a great build-up the full week. You maybe go away for a couple of days with the team, and it's a fantastic occasion. So I'm sure guys like, as you mentioned, Stevie Davis and Alan McGregor, will be letting guys know what the occasion's like, but they've already sampled that this season with Celtic. So as a player, that's what you want to do. Whatever competition you enter, you want to try and win, and I'm sure the Rangers players will be desperate to get to another final.
Yep, it's one of those situations. I just look that we still know the league title is battling away at the moment. Is this the one where really he should be channeling all his efforts in as well? Is the safety here?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously there's only 2 trophies left to go for, and obviously they're still in the title race. They're a bit behind Celtic at this moment in time because of the form after the winter break's not been great. But listen, they've got a tough game at Hamilton. The weather's, I'm seeing it's going to be a bit windy, artificial surface. I thought Celtic last week against Celtic Hamilton against Celtic were very good. So they'll know they'll be in for a difficult game. So they need to go with the right attitude and make sure they're getting into that next round, Peter.
Yeah, and your old gaffer actually was out and about in Glasgow talking about the game Hamilton against Rangers, and I think he shares your view on it, Barry.
No, it's not an easy place to go, but the expectations are that Rangers should win. Certainly, from anybody who's Rangers like-minded, of course. But going to Hamilton, it's a cup tie. They can produce surprises. We remember that one with Jerry Collins' team all the years ago.
Well, cup shocks can happen. Hamilton managed it against Rangers in the 80s, Roughie. But if you look at the evidence, before they got the man sent off, I thought they gave Celtic a really good game. The problem is, as Guillaume Bouzelan pointed out after the Celtic game, some of the players have to consistently try and get that level.
Yeah, that's been the problem. But it's a big game. It's another big game, and players do raise their game against certain teams, but the things have to go your way. I always think you've got to score the first goal. You've got to score the first goal against the big sides, and then you put a bit of pressure on them, and that gives your team a lot of confidence, and if you can keep it going that way for a wee while, you've got a chance. And you're right, it just shows you, it doesn't matter what side it is, if your players put in a shift and every man does their job, then it's very difficult.
Yeah, a cup win would be good for Rangers fans, but Alex McLeish also pointed out there's still a battle to go to try and win the league as well.
I think they can still win it, but they're losing ground, and we've always said that it depends if Celtic drop their form.
Happy memories, because I think your best cup final, you score the free kick, we joke about it all the time, but he was your gaffer, and also, he was the gaffer when the helicopter did indeed change direction. Yeah,
I mean that season we managed to do the double, the League Cup and the Scottish Cup. Celtic ran away with the league. But no, it was a great day. Obviously, when you play your biggest rivals, the atmosphere was unbelievable, and as I said before, the build-up to that week, it was great, and it's one of the occasions where you dream it. You know what I mean? It's you score in the last kick of the ball as well. Celtic take centre and the whistle goes. So, no, they're great memories, great occasions, and it's one that Rangers, again, when they go to Hamilton have got a free hit. The pressure's not on Hamilton, all the pressure's on Rangers, so these Rangers players need to stand up and take that pressure. Yeah, and just on that point, as we get to the business end of the season now, do you share that view that he signed a new deal? So Rangers clearly believe that Steven Gerrard, you can see that curve of the getting better and better. Do you think he still needs to win one piece of silverware this season? Yeah, I'm sure he'll be putting demands on himself, not just the players. I do think he's the right man for the job. I do think there's been a clear improvement since he's come in. First season to this season, there's been a bit of a lull since they come back for the winter break. But they got that all-important one against Hibs, and now I'm sure not just the manager, the fans and the players will be expecting to kick on now. Yeah, must win a trophy or could go without winning one? No, I think you've got to win a trophy. I think you've got to win a trophy. I'm sure that would have been the mindset at the start of the season, Peter. There's 3 trophies to go for. I know they're in the Europa League, that's always going to be difficult, but the 3 main trophies, you need to try and win one of them. Okay, of course there's some other news regarding the fallout, would you believe, from various altercations trackside
I'm talking about Celtic Rangers game at Celtic Park. SFA have handed Michael Beale a 5-game touchline ban with 2 suspended over that clash. Tom Coulshot, 2-game ban for a bust-up in the Hibs game. Yep, this is us just getting round to it now, trying to keep you up to date with things. It's only been last year. Hibs given a suspended £1,500 for their role in it. So that's them done and dusted. What about the other half of Glasgow? Well, Celtic have memories of a cup nightmare. Roy Keane was rolling out, the fanfare was there, but Clyde hadn't quite read the script, Roughie, and duly knocked Celtic out of the Scottish Cup.
Yeah, just as you were saying earlier on, these things can happen. Circumstances, as Barry said, the weather, the surface, and even on the day, you know, things can happen for your players that give you the confidence, and the longer the game goes and you don't grab a hold of it, it can slip away, and that's what all these teams, the bigger sides, will have to be aware of tomorrow, because there will be some kind of shock tomorrow somewhere.
Yeah, and of course if Clyde have to try and replicate the feats of all those years ago, 2006 to be precise, then maybe they can take some heed from what Eddie Malone had to say about that giant cup-killing day back in 2006. This is what the Clyde players will have to do on Sunday.
I think you just have to try and ignore who they are. As I said, it's 90 minutes, and these are games that you want to play in when you're playing in sort of League 1, League 2. You want to try and test yourself against these guys that are at the top of their game and that are really, really, really good players. So we just say to them to go out and try and be fearless.
Yeah, I don't see it being a cup shock, if only for the fact that when I'm watching Celtic now, I think that, you know, if we're talking about a well-oiled machine, they look as if they're going through the gears, Roughie, and every time you speak to the players, they seem to have the bit between their teeth since the fallout from the Rangers result.
Yeah, and as Barry said, managers aren't going to let their players drop any level at all. They'll be really thumped into them. You treat this game like any other big game. You know, you don't let your standards drop. Even the guys that are coming in, you know, it could be 2 or 3 fringe players coming in. They'll know that they have to be up to the standard, that they'll still be sitting in the stand.
Yeah, El Yunusi, Sorrow, could get a run out. Neil Lennon hinted at it in midweek that he was going to rest a few of the players. Griffiths won't want rested because, you know, he's revealed that he almost quit Celtic, but a heart-to-heart just, you know, and a move from Edinburgh to Glasgow, you know, kind of galvanised him again.
Yeah, and you can see that in his performances, Peter. I think game by game, you see him getting stronger. I think that's 4 goals in 6 games. There's never been any doubt about Leigh Griffiths' ability as a footballer and as a goal scorer for me. It was just obviously went through a few off-field problems. Hopefully now that's him sorted, and he's doing what Leigh Griffiths does best, and that's score goals.
Any shocks between Rangers and their match at Hamilton and Clyde against Celtic for you two?
No, it comes down to attitude, and if the attitude is spot on, both teams should win.
Yeah, I'm going to go for both teams to win as well.
Yeah, OK. Tony Watt is back in Scottish football. He signed a short-term deal at Motherwell. Good to see him back, Roughie. Hard to believe he's only 24. He's been, you know, scouring around Europe trying to find a club that really suits him. You know, he's not too far. He's a homeboy. This could be the perfect club for him if he just gets his act together.
Yeah, it seems to be every club he goes to. Initially, he hits it off and he scores goals, and then for whatever reason, falls out with the manager, or his form drops, or whatever. I think he just needs to be at a club for a season, you know, to get used to the players that he's playing with, and then we'll see the real Tony Watt. I mean, he scores goals. You know, he's got pace and he's got an eye for goal. Maybe he just needs an extended run.
Yeah, Barry?
Yeah, he's one of the players that's frustrated me. He's got good potential, Peter.
Yeah, 26 now, but I mean, you think to yourself, surely.
Yeah, I think the penny will drop now. I think, do you know what? I think Motherwell could be the club for him. There's seemed to me they're a group that are really together. I wouldn't say they're punching, but they deserve to be in 3rd place.
Yeah.
So he's got a real opportunity. Go in with good players, go in with a good manager, and hopefully now that he'll go and fulfil that potential. Because for me, I think he's got all the attributes to be a right good striker.
Yep. What about Motherwell against St Mirren over there in Paisley, Roughie? Is this? It's not so much a shock as this one where St Mirren have got a free hit in the cup.
Well, I thought St Mirren were going to win in midweek. They didn't. I thought they'd raised their level a wee bit. They might think they're getting Motherwell at the right time. They've been not off the rails, but they're not as winning as comfortable as what they have been, and they'll be thinking, well, maybe they'll not recover for that 4-0 against Celtic. So this might be the time. But I still think Motherwell have got good young players in there, and they'll just narrowly win it 2-1.
Yeah. What about Falkirk against Hearts? Hearts need a cup shot like a hole in the head, Barry.
That's a potential banana skin, definitely. I think Lee Miller and Dave McCracken have done a good job since they've took over, and obviously Hearts with that bad result midweek, and that's one place you don't really want to go. Again, it's another artificial surface that the Hearts players will not be used to. But looking at both teams, you've got to say Hearts have got the better quality. But again, it's a Scottish Cup. It's what Hearts team is going to turn up. The one that turned up against Rangers, or the one midweek against Kilmarnock.
Yeah, if Falkirk were to score, I think that's where the problems are, really start for Hearts, because the evidence is they started well in midweek there, and then once Kilmarnock scored, collapsed. Now, you might have the battling qualities of Stevie Naismith, and Daniel Stendhal has asked the players to try and copycat his attitude, but if you start to panic once you go a goal down, Roughie, you're in trouble.
Yeah, if you start losing goals the way they're losing goals, you're getting into a game with not that much confidence if you know the people behind you are going to be shedding goals. So you're right, if Falkirk were to score early, that would put a very, very nervous day for Hearts.
Yeah, OK. Are you going for Hearts to win? I am.
Go Hearts 2-1.
Yep, I think Hearts will win by a goal.
Right, OK. Listen, I think the minimum requirement in the mind of the Aberdeen fans is semi-finals. Semi-finals and nothing less. There's already a real, I sense a groundswell of, displeasure with Derek McInnes now up there. I'm a huge fan of Derek's. I can't work it out, but he needs to win this one against Killie.
Yeah, he'll know that himself, Peter. He needs a win, as simple as that. I watched the highlights Wednesday night, and you could hear the moans and groans for the fans. They're a demanding set of fans. The expectation levels up there, and that's down to Derek McInnes, what he's done the last 6 years.
Yeah.
So Derek will know that, but I think they'll show their quality. I think they'll win this game.
Yeah, OK. Roughie, you going for the Dons?
I agree. The pressure's on. The supporters won't let the players away with anything now. So they need to score and win that game.
OK. Apologies to Tommy Wright. My first cup shock suggestion is going to be Ayr United to knock St Johnstone out.
Well, I can't agree with St Johnstone are good enough. I'd say St Johnstone are good enough to go up to Aberdeen and get a win. It'll be a struggle. It'll be tough. Ayr United are very workmanlike. There'll be a shift, but I still think St Johnstone will win it.
Yeah, Barry?
This is one of the places where there could be another shock. I've went for a draw.
Yeah.
I have went for a draw. I think St Johnstone will take them back to McDermott Park and finish the job off.
Yep, OK. BSC against Hibs. A day they'll never forget. It's at the Indodrill Stadium, Allowa's ground. So is it a day, you know them better than anyone in that Lowland League, is it a day where they can cause a shock?
Yeah, they're certainly got the players that it could do the damage to Hibs. It's great to see a team for the Lowland League doing ever so well. Listen, they've deserved to get to this round, and they deserve to get a big club like Hibs coming to Alloa to play against them. I just think in the end the full-time football will take over. But for me, I hope they do themselves justice, because they have, as I said, they've got a good team. They're fighting to try and get out the Lowland League as well, with ourselves and Bonnyrigg. But I just think Hibs will have too much quality in the end.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest with you, I think Hibs will win it 2-0, Roughie. It'll be game over to BSC. The wait goes on for any kind of Scottish Cup victory for them, and I don't think the Hibs fans will be too unhappy with that tweet. What do you think?
Yeah, but again, it's an environment they won't enjoy. I mean, Allowa's Park's very, very narrow, but I still think they'll win the game.
Okay.
3-0.
Your old mate retiring. He's now heading off to Australia. Yep. Looks as if he's going to get an assistant coach job at Newcastle Jets. What do you make of Kenny Miller's statement?
I thought he would have played on to the summer, but obviously you're saying maybe going to Australia to get this opportunity. I know he's wanting to get into coaching. It never quite worked for him at Livingston, and he went and played on again at Dundee and then laterally at Thistle.
Yeah.
But listen, he's had a fantastic career. He's always one player, I've got to be honest with, I enjoy playing with. Not just because of his ability to score goals, it was his work rate. His work rate was exceptional. He's one of the players that could play that lone striker very, very well. So I wish him all the best. He's had a fantastic career. He's done something that not a lot of people would do. Play with Rangers and play with Celtic and go back to Rangers. But no, I wish him all the best.
Yeah, this is what Kenny had to say on his career and saying farewell. It's been a career far beyond my expectations. I'd like to think I give young players hope that if you give everything you have in every training session, you can play at the highest level. I've scored goals in the Premier League, Champions League and at international level, and you can't ask for much more than that. Representing my country as many times as I did is the greatest honour any young Scottish kid could have. Walter Smith was brave enough to bring me back to Rangers for the second time when most managers would have said no. Walter always had a knack of getting an extra 10% out of me that I didn't know I had. Hopefully I have made him proud, and I'm almost certain you have. He was an absolute diamond of a person, and of course over and above that, as Barry just rightfully said there, he gave you his all regardless of the shirt. So best wishes to Kenny Miller and whatever he decides to do in forging out a career, hopefully in management. Hopefully we'll see him back in these shores in the not too distant future. But if you want to give us your opinion, you can across all our social media outlets. Twitter, our Facebook Live, growing in popularity day by day. Thank you to everyone who's liking, following and sharing. And don't forget YouTube as well. You can subscribe. You'll get all the latest notifications on our unique videos. And I would urge you at this point, if you get a chance, to watch the YouTube. Our podcast with Andy Ritchie is absolutely superb. Whether you're listening to it across all the audio platforms or indeed watching it on YouTube, it is well worth a trip down memory lane with the King of Capello, Andy Ritchie, on our podcast. So with that in mind, enjoy your cup football. Remember, football, it's only a game. Go home safely at the end of it. Stay out of trouble and support your team. From Alan Rough and from Barry Ferguson and myself, Peter Martin, thank you for watching.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.